Alright everybody, it's Mick from Mick Ties Travels. What I'm going to do a couple of little vlogs on what's happening in Thailand. What I want to do is to let you know what is actually happening in Thailand, because it changes every 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a vlog every month to tell you what the situation is. Now, at the minute, from the 1st of April, there's no PCR test 72 hours before you fly like you used to before. There's no PCR, that is scrapped. But the downside is that there's still a lot of airlines that insist that you have a negative PCR test to get on the plane. So you'll have to find out what airlines, which airlines want a PCR test or not. Like I said, but Thailand has said that you don't need a PCR test to travel to Thailand now. Now, when you get to Thailand, you only need to get a quarantine hotel for 1 day. Now, you take a PCR test when you first get over here, and you wait for a day in that hotel to find out if it's negative or positive. If it's negative, well then you're free to go wherever you want. And I believe that on day 5 you have to do an antigen test. But I think you must report that on the Thailand pass, to tell you the truth. And obviously you've got to have the Thailand pass to get over here, to get all information, and you've got to have $20,000 worth of insurance cover as well, and that's got to be COVID insurance cover. Right, so that is from April. Now, a bit changes in May. Alright, we'll go back again, because as from April, you're allowed to come across here unvaccinated as well. But if you come across here unvaccinated, you've got to spend 5 days in a quarantine hotel and also have your PCR tests. I think you'll probably need 2 PCR tests, but I'm not quite sure on that. I should imagine you'd need 1 as soon as you got over here and 1 on day 4 or 5 or something like that. But I'm not quite sure on the second one, but I know that you need 1 PCR test. Right, another thing, as from now, I think that Songkran, the water fight, has been cancelled for April. So this is the 3rd year running it's been cancelled. There's a bit of controversy about it, whether you could, whether you couldn't have it or whatever like that, and a lot of people have been lobbying to say that, you know, especially tour industry has been saying that it will hit this country a lot if they don't. But the health ministry has said that they are not going to allow water fights. It's just normal standard water blessings. That's just, it's mainly for families really, so there's going to be no water fights whatsoever. So that's it. And unless things change next week or something, that's the situation. No water fights for Songkran. Right, let's get this right now. From May the 1st, for vaccinated people, you don't have to get a PCR test and you don't have to get a hotel. I believe that the only thing what you have to do then is an antigen test at the airport, and if that's negative, that's it, you can go. Now, I believe from let's see, I think it's June or July. Now this can change, they're trying to bring it forward to June, but they said from July they are going to be completely opening the country. That's for vaccinated and unvaccinated people. They can come across without no PCR tests, and I believe that they are going to scrap the Thailand pass. So that'll be a big thing. So that is from June or July. So let's hope that's right. But at the minute, things can change, and like I say, it all happens month by month. So as I said, from April, no PCR test to come across here before you fly, but you have to have a PCR test in hotel when you get over here, and then an antigen test. Unvaccinated people can come across, but they need to do 5 days quarantine. And June, there's no PCR tests or no hotels, and you have to do an antigen test. And I think July, completely everything, all restrictions gone. The Thailand pass has gone. Now, I'm not sure if the Thailand pass is actually being scrapped from the 1st of June. That hasn't been quite thought of yet, but at the minute, it's partly opening in June, but July it will be fully opened. And I think it's all depending on the case numbers and what the hospitalisation is in Thailand. I think they wait until after the Songkran period, because they're expecting Songkran period, the infections, all that to go up. But if there's not the deaths and there's not the actual hospitalisations, I think that they will open the country up. And everybody's screaming for it, to tell the truth. It's balmy. Now, one thing what they haven't said, still don't know about face masks. They haven't said nothing about face masks, whether you've got to wear face masks and all sorts. Nobody has said a thing about them. So I'm hoping by June and July they might have scrapped the face mask completely, like all other countries have done. I mean, other countries are fully open. I tell you, one fellow YouTuber went back to London, and he says it was a breeze getting the flight going back to London, no restrictions at all. The only problem is when he's coming back over here with that Thailand pass and everything like that. So that's it. That's the thing that's holding everybody up. The PCR tests, the antigen tests, the SHA hotels, the face masks. It's a nightmare really, but like I say, it's changing months by months, and hopefully by 1st of July that's it, done, open, and everybody can do everything they want. People will start flocking over here then, I tell you, they will. Well, they might leave it a little bit until after rainy season, but no, it's going to be very good when they open the country up, and they need to open the country up. It's affecting so many people over here, and it's unbelievable, especially on the coast and all the tourist areas. That's it, it's hit them, and all the tourist areas want people to come back now. They're all lobbying like the government. They're lobbying government like, oh, trying to get them in, but nobody's taking any notice of them. Anyway, that's this little blog. I hope it shows you what's happening in Thailand. I'll try and do one every month and let you know what's happening. But like I said, as from me, all it is this no PCR test. And you only have to do 1 day in quarantine hotel after you do a PCR test. You just wait for your results in that hotel, then you're free to go wherever you want, and then you'll have to do an antigen test. But like I say, but it won't be long, guys. Now it won't be long before everybody's free and they can do what they want. Okay, from Mick Ty's Travels, everybody be safe, and it gives you a little bit of information on coming back to Thailand, and hope, well, judge for yourself when you want to come across. But personally, I'd wait till it was all fully open and back to normal, because as I say, even with the PCR tests and things like that, if they're still going, you only have to be tested positive with a PCR test and you're shipped straight to an hospital here. Or if you can't, you have to go to a quarantine hotel for 5 days minimum, and you have to pay for it if your insurance doesn't cover you. But like I said, check with insurances as well, because a lot of insurances won't pay out on COVID unless you've actually got COVID, and if you're asymptomatic, so that you're just showing symptoms of COVID but you've not actually got COVID, you're still shipped to an hospital and you've got to pay for it yourself, because a lot of COVID insurance does not pay if you're asymptomatic. So beware, be very, very careful on your insurances. Make sure that you've got insurances that covers you for everything. Okay, anyway, I'll leave this now, so everybody be safe, and catch you later.